You know, I mean, if it's a guitar show, I mean, we can talk about guitars, guitar related products, and all things guitars. Let's do that. All right, we are live. The Sunday Night String Change show starts now. Hey, welcome everybody. Johnny Beane here. The Sunday Night String Change Show. Sundays, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on July 3rd, 2022. Here we are. We are here. Hello, everybody. Welcome. And hey, if this is your first time here, smash that thumbs up. Smash it and subscribe if you'd like to get into the chat, because we keep that to subscribers only to keep out, you know, some of the trolls and weirdos. They get in. I don't know how. Well, actually, I do know how. But, you know, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, and please welcome all the way from the East Coast, all the way, Michael B.
USA, USA,
USA, USA. Hey. Hey, man.
Happy Sunday.
Oh, happy Sunday to you. Is it still Sunday? Yeah, you still have a little bit of a Sunday going on.
Yep. We got an hour until we celebrate the 4th, the bicentennial.
There you go.
Not the bicentennial, the 4th of July, I'm sorry.
There it is. There it is. Yeah. That's going on. But hey, let's say hello to the top tier of channel members here on Johnny Beane TV, here on YouTube. It's true. We have channel membership. If I can find that card right there. Become a channel member. Click that join button. It's right below the 7 thumbs ups currently. Thank you so much, you guys. And as a channel member, you get exclusive content. Like you get a brand new video I just uploaded literally 20 minutes ago that's only available to you as a channel member. And I'll tell you a little bit about that in a few minutes. But the top tier of channel membership, they are the executive producers, and they are Dave Ennis, Vinyl Freak 5150, Mike Neese, Music Therapy Laz, Majestic PB&J Cat, Wayno, Steve-O 5150, False Flag, Sherman Callahan, Andy Carson, Michael B. There you are, man. R. Habs, Warlag, The Chad, Lawrence Christensen, Lenny Lou and Mary, James Gum, John Moronic, Paul Martin Woods, Stephen Franklin, Fabulous Disaster, Michael Smith, The Captain, Thomas Santiago, Joe Christian, Jim Ray Hawkins, David Allen Wright, and Steve Carmichael.
Steve Carmichael?
Steve Carmichael. The executive producers, they're the top tier of channel members here on Johnny Beane TV. And again, if you would like exclusive content only available to you, like my road trip today, I can't even talk, that I will tell you guys about in a little bit. Click that join button. Give it a try. And also, if you'd like to help support the channel, support these shows, any super chats, we'll change the color of my lights. These lights right here. Well, these are the virtual ones. The lights back here. There we go. Those lights, they'll change. Look at that. It's like I tell you guys, there's all kinds of magic going on. There really is. I mean, this is a magical place. So we got that, and if you'd like to help support the channel and support these shows after the fact, super thanks is the way you can do that. Just smash that thanks icon on any previous recorded video. We got over 3,000 videos on the channel here. What else? We're live on Facebook, Johnny Beane TV Facebook page, where we have something called Facebook Stars, which is a digital gift that helps in the production of these shows. And speaking of Facebook, we're also live in the exclusively Van Halen group. We can talk Van Halen as well. We're live in the EVH Gear Live group, EVH Gear Live page, Johnny Beane TV group, my personal profile, where I'm just at the 5K limit. So if we're Facebook friends,
Someone's going to get the boot.
It's awesome. Yeah. The boot. Yeah. But hey, if you want to add me on Facebook, please send me a message first. Let me know that you watch these shows or that you're not a robot. That just really kind of helps. And this is a podcast, so you can actually listen to Johnny Beane TV over on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, everywhere. Pretty much everywhere there is, and you can follow me. Just go to johnnybeane.link, and all my socials are there. I don't know what else I normally say here. I can't remember, but let's see. I don't know. We can start. Michael
So,
B.
yeah, thank you. I was just going to say, the reason I say bicentennial is because in '76, when they had the bicentennial celebration, I was living on Cape Cod. And they had a huge bicentennial celebration, but at the same time was this Japanese presence because some dignitary from Japan was coming. So everywhere was like a white flag with the red dot and an American flag. So it was like a dual celebration in a really weird way, and I just never forget it because we're celebrating our bicentennial, and then right next to it is all the Japanese flags. It was just nuts. But I remember that. So I guess I was equating bicentennial with 4th of July, just automatically. But
Yeah.
pretty memorable time.
Yeah. And yeah, everybody have a safe 4th of July. Probably
You want to play guitar, don't blow your fingers up.
Yes. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. So let me just say, normally this is titled the Sunday Night String Change Show. Sometimes I change strings on guitars. Sometimes I play. Sometimes I have guests. Like last week, we actually had an awesome guest. Hopefully the card is still here. Very good dude. Luke Skyscraper James was here last week.
Yep.
He's in a new band called This Twisted Wreckage. He was in a band called Fashion Music. You can look them up. He opened for, back in the late 70s, he opened up for the Police. He opened up for Duran Duran. He opened up for, who else? Who else was it? U2. A lot of people.
That's a show to go back and listen to if you haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah.
Last week.
If you didn't see it,
awesome.
If you missed it, that was last week. So make sure to scroll back and check it out. Or actually, I might have a card right up at the top of the screen there on playback, possibly. But yeah. So these shows, they're kind of changing around a little bit. Kind of the show I did last night, which is Saturday Night Live. Normally, John BL is here. I guess he told everybody. I'd forgotten. He's getting married. He's actually getting married like in 2 weeks or a week or something.
Wow.
So he'll be off. For the next couple weeks. So in the meantime,
John BL.
Congratulations, John BL. Yes.
I'm gonna find that wedding and I'm gonna crash it.
What? What?
I'll find where the wedding is and I'll crash it.
Oh no!
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that bad a freak.
Oh, good.
Just kidding.
That's okay.
Congratulations, John BL. That's really awesome.
Yes, congratulations, John BL. We all love you so much. So anyway, I had a great time last night. I went around San Jose downtown, well, Stevens Creek Boulevard, and if you guys saw it, you were there. I tried this. What was it called? Cinnamon honey fried chicken ice cream, which was pretty interesting.
Oh man.
What else? I walked around. It was a good couple hours. Had a great time. I'll be doing more stuff like that in the future. So make sure to tune in because you'll never know where I'll be. I might be in San Francisco. I might be in Oakland. Speaking of Oakland, actually, I just remembered. I got a call or a text. This is the future. We get text messages now. We don't get phone calls. I got a text message here saying that I'll be playing a show September 17th at Warehouse 416 in Oakland. I'll be playing guitar with a band, well, my friend's band.
Woo!
So September 17th, whatever day that is, look for the stream on the channel here. I will be live coming at you from Warehouse, I think it's 416, playing, rocking out for you guys.
That's awesome.
So look forward to that. Look forward to that. Cemetery is saying Vegas. I might see you guys in Vegas at some point. Who knows?
Why not?
Who knows where
not?
I'll be? I'll be traveling all over the place.
Tijuana?
Maybe. I don't know. But since this is,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, how far is LA from you?
For plane or car?
I know. Well, yes. I guess that's a silly question because I'm from Massachusetts. I don't know how far away things are in California.
By plane, I can get to LA. Like if I was to drive to the airport right now, that'd be about 35 minutes, 40 minutes to get to the airport, San Jose. If I was to get to the airport right now, if I was to jump on a plane, literally, let's say in 1 hour. If a plane was leaving in 1 hour from now, I'd be in LA 2 hours from now.
Oh, okay.
By plane, it's a 1 hour plane ride.
That's pretty good.
So the normal length of these shows, I could be, in LA. So possibly look for more shows from LA. We had a great time during NAMM where we did the whole Van Halen Pasadena trek. It was a great time. Let's see. Man, this is a lot of information. Dang it. Right. Yeah, okay. Looks like we might have another friend jumping in here.
Nice.
How do I do that? Copy. Here we go. And
Like
this
you
might
said,
be
we're in the future.
This might be interesting too.
We're in the future, right?
Yeah, this is the future. Everything that happens, it's like, where did you send me that message? Oh, on WhatsApp you sent it. Okay, so let me find. Okay, I found you in Discord. Here you go. There you go. There's your link in Discord. Okay, so we might have another friend jumping into with us. Okay. All right, so like I was saying, I'll be doing more of the vlogging stuff, and I've been doing a lot of that stuff lately from guitar stores. I've been doing the Guitar Center thing for quite a while, but from a lot of the local shops from Santa Cruz, San Jose. Let me see really quickly. Dave is saying, sorry to interrupt. It's all good, man. Have you guys reviewed the Acoustasonic Strat? Yes. A friend of ours named Laz owns one, and I played it, and those things are awesome. They really are.
Yeah,
they really are. So Dave, if you're interested in one, get one.
They don't look very rock and roll, but they're awesome.
It's not all about looks.
Yeah, I just think it's so cool. You get a sound while you in the room, but then you can plug it in and get the full electric feel. It's really awesome.
Yes. Well, hey, speaking of electric feels, Trev.
All right.
Hey, man.
Hey, Syndicate.
Happy Sunday night. Happy 4th Eve. Happy 3rd day of Canada Day. Cheers, my friend.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah, happy Canada Day, dude.
Happy Canada Day, man.
It worked out well this year because Canada Day was Friday, the 4th was tomorrow. I got them both off. The Canada Day's a bank holiday. Use a holiday day tomorrow. It's a weekend blitz. Good to see y'all.
That's awesome.
Yeah, great to see you, man. Man, what were we even? We're like all over the place, and this is great.
Where the hell were we? Explaining how the show is evolving and adapting for the times at hand.
Yep.
I'm all.
It is.
It's fantastic.
It is. I mean, everything is kind of evolving. Everything's kind of changing, and it's all good. It's all good because it's just awesome.
As a viewer, I feel
awesome
like
stuff.
a positive energy coming now. That
Nice.
It's just awesome. Like Johnny,
Nice.
you seem energetic and up and awesome, and we just love watching it. We love it.
The thumbtack in the quantum time. You get these little forks in the road where time splinters off into different fractions, and I think we're on a good way here.
Oh, yeah. I'm having a great time. Man, what was I gonna say? I don't know. Who knows?
So here we are, Sunday night. You only want to do an hour tonight? You want to do 2 hours? I'll put the phone on, switch over, and we can make some chowder.
Right.
Michael B wants me to show him how I make some New England chowder.
Oh. Sure.
We can save that.
I'm up for it. I requested it, so I have.
Well,
it'll keep, but it would probably take at least a couple hours to pull that off.
oh my gosh. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that might be a little too much tonight, maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
Put that on a little post-it note,
stay tuned
up in the pegboard, and save that for another day.
Definitely, man. Yeah, I'm exhausted because, well, you guys saw I walked around San Jose last night, and I didn't have my this thing. If I can get it. I normally walk around with with this tripod, so my phone sits in here. It's much easier to walk around like this.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, when you're walking around with the phone like this, you get a lot of it. You get a lot of attention, and maybe that's good. Maybe that's what I need. But I didn't have this with me last night, so I was just holding the phone, just like this. I've got this little pop thing. Pop. Oh crap! And they've been falling off a lot. Oh, there we go. It's hitting buttons. So anyway, I'm walking around last night for 2 hours like this. So my arm is like really sore, and then today actually went for like a 3-hour bike ride. Which again, if you're a channel member, look in your videos. You've got a brand new exclusive video for you guys from today, where I was down at Pebble Beach, riding around and getting the exercise, which is what we need.
Sure.
But no, yeah. What you guys were saying, yeah. Everything's evolving. Things are changing, switching around a bit. So like the Saturday nights. If John BL isn't there, I'm gonna hit the road and I'm gonna come at you from who knows where.
Right.
Sundays. Yes. We'll have to do. I'll have to renew my my what do you call it? What do you call that thing? Passport. Do I need a passport to get there?
I mean, 20 years ago, we could just drive across the border, flash your driver's license, and away you go.
Yeah.
But it was after 9/11 that they laid down that passport nonsense, and it's been such a pain in the ass since. Vancouver's a funny place for passports right now because you literally have to line up all day and hope you get in. There's people paying $200-$300 to other people to stand in line for them. One lady's story came out recently, kind of got some traction, where she flew from Vancouver to Edmonton, which is a couple hours in an airplane, not too far away, next province over, state. The cost of the flight was $87. Hung out with some friends while she was there, 2.5 hours in and out of the passport office to renew her passport, and back home that night in her own bed. My passport's expired. I'm not going to stand the fucking line.
Mine is.
Yeah, mine's expired too.
Yeah.
So.
I have to get a real ID before I'm going to be able to get the passport.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
I haven't done
About
mine yet.
about how you guys how we got to get one of those or something.
Yep.
I don't
Yeah,
know. Who knows?
I think next April is the deadline.
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not scared of traveling anymore. I had the crud. I got it. I had it. It really wasn't that bad. You know, whatever I had, it was fine. But
For your personal system, I mean, you fared pretty well. There was a antagonizing cough for a couple of weeks, right?
Right.
It was
Right. Yeah.
nagging, annoying thing, and you really had no other symptoms than this fucking cough. And I think you got it for a couple.
Well, no, I did have a flu. I did
you
have
went
like a
down.
slight flu for like a week where it was pretty bad, and all I did was sleep. I would do these shows, but I was sick.
Right.
But I was still able to talk. But then after a while, I had this cough where I couldn't stop coughing for like a few weeks or something. But no, what I mean is, you know, I had the stuff. I'm not scared of it. I already flew on a plane. You know, I went to NAM. I went to a huge, you know, event type of thing. So I'm not scared to go places. I'm not scared to go to Vegas, you know, or Canada.
So, being on the plane from where you're at to get to NAM versus driving back in the van with Laz, which was a greater risk to your personal security?
Actually, driving back with Laz.
Yeah, he looks like a nut behind the wheel.
That guy,
Leo Mandretti.
man, I'd never gotten back from L.A. that quick. That was a pretty quick
You
ride.
said in the chat you were over 100 miles per hour at some point, so yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And in his cruising family sedan, it's not like he had a sports car Lamborghini or some kind of shit, right? It was
Yeah.
a modest vehicle for such a speed.
Mhm.
And if you're going to ever attempt such a thing, kids, make sure your
Uh-oh.
tires are inflated to the proper pressures.
Yes. Please make sure of that. Okay, I think we're getting a phone call here. I guess we're taking calls. I mean,
Sure, why not?
it's a regular show. I mean, we're here. I mean, all these shows are the same. I mean, there's no difference. Hey, you're on the air.
Some nights they go a different direction.
It's Elton John with a C.
Elton John with a
Elton
C
John.
is here. Oh no, hang on. There we go.
Dude, Roger Glasses.
Hitting all the wrong buttons here. Hey, man.
I just tuned in, and this isn't disrespectful. I'm just curious. Who are these two dudes? They look cool.
I have no idea. I jumped in and they were already sitting here talking. No.
Hey, that hurts, brother. You
They're
haven't
intruders,
seen me
yeah.
in the chat for the last 6 months?
Here we go. This is Trev. This is Trev.
You might know me by Symmetry,
you
Smitry.
I think I've seen Trev before.
Symmetry.
The Michael B. cat, I don't think I've seen.
yeah, Trev. He's
I've
known by
been on more than
Symmetry.
Trev.
We actually. Oh yeah, Trev. He's been on like what we
New Year's
do?
Eve was my
New Year's
debut,
Eve.
remember?
He was on the New Year's Eve
Yeah,
show. So he was on that.
I've seen that dude before. If I didn't
was I.
recognize him, I recognize his room.
There you
The
go.
other cat I haven't recognized. I don't recognize him. So what's the other cat's story?
I was
Michael
also on
B.
the, I was also on the New Year's show, but that's okay.
Michael B was also with us on New Year's.
Hanging out with you.
I was quiet though.
False flag. False
Yep,
flag
False
was on
Flag
the
was
New Year's
also
show
on,
for a
too.
while.
what else? I don't know. I think they're channel members.
Are they just dudes? Are they dudes? They're dudes.
They're
Yeah,
dudes.
they're guitar dudes.
They're cool dudes. They're really
I'm
cool.
Canadian, eh?
He's Canadian.
They're not company
famous.
dudes. They're guitar dudes.
I mean, look at that background.
Yes. Yes.
Look at those amps.
I'm a dude who
Kurt's
went
right.
to the woods,
And I
you
know
know,
Trev, but it's just. But the Michael
That's right.
Beast is just as cool. A frickin' Les Paul hanging on the wall with a worn strap hanging. I love it. I fucking
I
love it.
gotta say, this is my favorite Michael B. background. This is way better than
Probably
sitting at your
a,
keyboard
probably
with
a
the
glass
dark
of
light
Jack
going.
that we can't see. I love it.
It was. I did it on the same new. I did this background on the New Year's show as well.
Right?
It's the same.
Okay, so yeah, Michael B
also-
says he had the
we
same
also
background
got-
on the New Year's show. Oh yeah, he's got some of the
Oh, that's
guitars
a
there.
tasty cake.
I mean, technically this is supposed to be a guitar show. Look at that, he's got guitars. And JG, thank you so much for the two, man. Thank you,
Oh,
JG.
I see a Gretch. So anyway, I'll get off here, Johnny. But I just had. I just
Oh,
curious
right.
who they were. But Cool. I'll watch the
Thanks
show,
for
dude.
calling, Kurt.
Right on. Thank you, Elton. Thank you for calling, man.
Okay.
All right, happy 4th. There we go. Or happy 3rd. It's still the 3rd. Man, this.
Anybody
this is,
notice how I clipped the light onto the base? But I did.
It's hard to
In a
see, man,
pinch.
with that light bulb.
It's all
In a
about the
pinch,
base.
That's what you need, right? I clamped it right on the base because I couldn't figure anywhere else to put it. So.
There you go. There you go. Sherman Callahan, happy 4th to you, man.
Cool.
Sherman, thank you for all your support, man. Sherman Callahan. And again, Sherman, awesome meeting you. Awesome meeting you
at cool to see him on the show.
At the NAMM
It's always
show.
nice to meet the people in the chat that you're talking with.
There you go, Sherman. Look at that. The lights. Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome meeting the people that you know that in the chat. You know, the familiar names. I mean, it puts more of a face because you guys all know me. Yeah, I mean it's you know, but I really don't know. I mean, most of you.
You know, it brings up a funny point because it's some people that you talk to in the chat that you never actually see. You get a certain picture in your head for what you think they might look like, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true.
I gotta say, I was pretty close with Rock Daddy. When Rock Daddy went to Zim's Guitars there for that show,
Yeah.
he was kind of almost exactly like I had imagined. It was perfect, right?
I see what you mean totally.
Oh, he was cool. And thank you again, Rock Daddy, for the Swiss picks. And Steve Anderson, thank you for the 16th thumbs up. Always great to see you, Steve. And Steve, you're gonna have to come back on the show soon, man.
Oh, I love watching shows with Steve.
It's been a while. Oh, Steve Anderson's awesome.
Amazing.
Man, this is all of a sudden this boost of energy, man. Yeah, because what I was saying earlier was I walked around San Jose for a couple hours last night, and then got up today, did a 3-hour bike ride down at Pebble Beach. So channel members, if you're a channel member, you get that video. Like there's a brand new video sitting there for you guys of me at the beach. So make sure to check that out, and that's just you know a small taste of the bonus content that you get as a channel member. And then what else? What else were we saying? Yeah. But no, the Sunday nights. I know it's called Sunday Night String Change Show. That's really just a title now. I mean, you know, it started out being, we're going to change the strings on our guitars. I ran out of guitars to change strings on. I burned right through them. So there you go. Skinny top.
I don't know if
heavy.
I'm going to use them. Right?
Oh my goodness. What do you normally use?
10 to 52. I usually use 10 to 46.
Okay.
But I went back to the fabulous West Coast Guitars to service their espresso machine because that's what I do. I fix coffee equipment and beverage equipment. And I got a hat, a toque, and a pack of strings. And they didn't have my usual, where is it? 10 to 46s. So I just grabbed this at random. This I think might be good for something that's tuned maybe like to a D standard kind of thing, right? Because you got that extra heavy grit in the string, so you can not floppy when you tune down, right? You got to get that extra tension up.
Yeah, when you tune down, it's best.
But what guitar
It's
to
good
put
to
them
have
on?
heavier.
Now I have to buy a guitar to be able to use the free strings that I got.
So is that a normal errand in Canada, like for a musician? Like go out for a pack of strings and a toque? You know, just like it's a normal.
Well, no, that's just something I stumbled upon, unfortunately. Going into this, I mean, there's a high-end, top-shelf guitar shop in Vancouver. He's got all the celebrity photos, got the dime bag autographed guitar inside. And really cool folks. I mean, I just dropped in there one day because I seen him on the web, and the showroom is tiny. It's small. He doesn't have a lot there. It's mostly ordered. He does all of the custom shop Gibson stuff for Canada. He does the Sirs, he does the Friedmans. He's got all that top shelf shit, but he doesn't have it all in the shop. Last time I was there was a couple JJ heads there. I mean, $3,000 Canadian, but boy, those are pretty tasty head. But for a guy who's just sitting out here in the wood shop, who likes to hear loud guitar coming out of a 412, I mean, that's essentially my motive. I'm not a musician. I'm not going to be in a band. I don't want to play with other people and go on the road. I just like the sound of a 412 electric guitar just hammering through chords. It's so juicy. You all know what I mean, or you wouldn't be here.
No, that's the best, for sure.
But yeah, they have an espresso machine there. So I says to him, hey, I kind of fixed those. She said, oh, it needs some service. I have the parts. I'll do it for nothing. Swapped it out, got my name in her phone book. She's called me a couple times now. And I got this relationship with this high-end guitar shop that I'll never be able to
good.
anything at.
Because, man, when you talk about, well, maybe I shouldn't even say this, but
go for it.
Yeah. Well, on GTA, man, we play GTA every night on Twitch, and when you talk about, oh, I got her name or number in my phone, that means something different. Sapphire.
The silver unicorn.
At the silver unicorn or whatever that's called in GTA. Right? The something unicorn, yeah.
Different kind of number.
Laz and I were there the other night, actually.
and to be honest with you, it's 15 minutes worth of work. Last time I got a shirt and a pack of strings and a handful of picks. This time I went with the toque or beanie, as you south of the border call it, ball cap, and this pack of strings. So I asked my daughter when I got home, what do you want, the ball cap or the toque? She picked the toque. So I got a ball cap and this pack of heavy strings. Maybe the Ibanez needs to be strung. Played it yesterday, trying to tune up that B string, and it went 4 half steps flat, 2 notes, flat. So it's pulled out at the block, right? It's starting to split. I'm not going to reload the whole thing just to put shitty old strings on it. So, well, probably maybe we're going to try these, I think, because I always tune this to drop E.
I was going to say, how much work is it to put heavier strings on it?
Well, it's a string change on a shitty Floyd on a fucking old Ibanez is what it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I'm not in the Floyd world.
It's blocked, so it doesn't matter as far as the trim goes.
Okay. I got it.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It's blocked. Okay.
Floyd Special is it's a 44 center to center across from post to post, whereas an Ibanez bridge is 74 and a half. So it chewed a big chunk out of the top circle here, not sitting right. So it's just, yeah. And this is a $200 guitar I bought to learn how to do frets. And it's the thing I'll use to open the door in case of a fire. And it's just one of those things. It can still make music, but now that thing slipped, it needs to come apart and be put back together again fresh.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep.
And you've got a pack of strings for it.
I do.
Although
crazy silly strings, right? I thought,
I'd be pretty nervous about putting 52s on a Floyd.
But
then you said it's blocked.
It's blocked.
You said it's blocked though. Like it doesn't float. There's no floating. The bridge, right? You can't pull up.
No, it's blocked.
There's no. Okay,
it's blocked
good.
On both sides, it doesn't move. You can't even actually raise it or lower it without pulling the blocks out. You got to kind of.
Okay.
That's a feeling.
There you go.
I mean, there's a company in Canada called Solo Guitars that sells shit on the internet. They have a store in Toronto on the other side of the country. I mean, to get to you is half the distance that it would take to get to them. But they have a bridge that's a 74 and a half knockoff Floyd. Probably drop right in on the same old crappy post.
But
they're out of stock, and they have been for like a year. They have the gold in stock, but I mean, really, I'm going to spend $40 more for the gold to put it on a silver thing. No.
Yeah.
It's the $200 throw it through the window in case of a fire guitar. It's not something we're going to put a whole bunch of money into.
Man.
So if they ever come into stock, and I check every month or two, I'll buy one of those for $130 and throw it in here and see if we can make a floaty thing whammy happened. But I mean, otherwise, I've spent all my guitar time on this fabulous Epiphone Prophecy. I have
Oh, yeah.
the truss rod
That's cool.
cover off because we're seasonal right now. I mean, yesterday it was 34 degrees. Today it's 16. Those are Celsius. So yesterday it was 90 degrees. Today it's in the low 60s. So it's been moving a bit. It's hard to get it.
I can imagine. You got to be careful with those beater guitars. I bought a broken bass at a pawn shop, and it's my favorite bass now. It's my number one. It has been for years.
Right?
It just
And it's
turned
broken?
out good. When I got it, it was. But I bought it to practice doing fretwork, and I ended up loving it so much. Fixed every little thing that was broken on it, and it's my favorite.
So are you? I'm both of you guys both mentioned you have guitars that you bought to do fretwork or to try.
Yep.
Did you actually experiment on these guitars with the fretwork and
100%. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I'm more
And they're still
interested
playable?
in the woodwork and the metal crafting in a guitar than I am actually playing it. My playing guitar spawned off of my wanting to build a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, we've got this big whole chunk of maple back here behind the 412. It's up. That thing's 3 inches thick all the way to the floor, and it goes like this.
Hmm.
I've done it to all my guitars.
I've got a planer, I've got a jointer, I've got a router, I've got all that woodworking shit, and I've got the belt grinders. I'm no stranger to doing shaping of metal. So doing fretwork was tedious at first because I watched the videos. And then the first one, I put the 24 on that thing. I was like, I got triangle files. I got a shit ton of triangle files. I got a belt grinder. So I'll just put some safe edges on the triangle files and give it a go. It worked out, but it took far too long. I imagine if you did it for a long time over and over, you'd get the muscle memory and you'd just be able to sweep at them.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, after doing that first one, I actually jumped in the car, went and spent $70 and bought a fret file, proper. And that just brought everything down to a few minutes per fret.
Mm-hmm.
Take off the paint, leave a little line, keep going. It's not that hard. Again, I'm better at that than I am at actually playing guitar. But because I have all this cool stuff, somebody's got to turn it up and make it sound good.
Yeah.
So
Well, no,
learn how to play electric guitar.
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, man. And hey,
So,
what is
I
that,
did a
Michael B?
this is a 95 Strat,
Nice.
made in Mexico right after the fire. So it's all American parts, apparently. So it came out really nice. It's my favorite guitar. I did the fretwork on this one. It plays great. Yeah, I have no complaints. And I'm probably the opposite of Trev. I do everything too fast. Probably skip through it too quickly. Probably don't, give it the things to detail they probably should. But it's totally playable. Yeah, so it's great. My best playing guitar for sure.
That just proves that it's actually not that hard.
It's not.
It's not that hard, kids. And I mean, to quote Philip McKnight, and know your gear. It's not that hard.
Yeah, you just got to measure, a bunch of times, and you have the right tools.
And take your time. Take small
Take your
licks
time.
at it, and just sort it out. And if you do it every weekend for a month, you're going to be getting better and better and better at it. For me, it's something I do a couple times a year, but I'll put aside a couple hours, and you take your time, take little licks. You do step by step. Lay out your felt pens on the frets. You did a nice flat thing with. I went with a radius block rather than a leveling beam.
I did a beam.
Right.
I did a leveling.
I had a radius block anyways, and I knew I was going to be taking off a good chunk of meat because the third fret on that had a gouge in it on the G string. It was like a pretty significant. So I knew I was going to be taking a big lick out of it, and I thought, that maybe a shorter but accurate radius block would work better than doing a leveling beam. But if you have a compound radius, you have to do the leveling beam, and that requires extra attention because you're pivoting at the nut to compensate for that angle on the compound radius versus just going along the curvature back and forth. You have to kind of really pay attention to the line, do a couple licks, take a look. What are you doing? How can you correct it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that hard.
Yeah.
I've done every guitar that wasn't new, basically, of all of mine.
Now I have
I got two here to work on that I'm going to do for other people.
got a crappy old
Awesome.
Strat that I got for her, and the frets are toast. And I'm on the fence as to just buying a neck for it or doing the frets, giving it a go. I mean, I got all the tools. I watched the videos. I've seen it happen. Looks like a pain in the ass. Cheers, Alice Martinez.
Yes, Alice Martinez. I'm glad you finally got that. It took me like a month to mail it to you because I got it back. For some reason, I added extra numbers to your address. I don't know why that happened. Oh yeah, and look, you've got your prize. See, everybody's a winner around here. Everybody gets something.
Even up here in Canada.
Oh, my prize! I got prizes too. They're in the other room.
Awesome.
Yeah. I got
Awesome.
The Van Halen picks that took Sweetwater 2 years to send to you.
You see, Majestic
my
PB and
gosh.
J Cat is still in the chat there. Where did it go? I've still got his pick.
Majestic. Majestic, are you going to be awake later? We are the 5150 crew.
Majestic PB, J, and Cat. I keep it in a special place right here at the foot of my monitor. And I will get it to him one day, but at this point, it's looking easier to probably renew my passport and drive down and give it to him because he's only a couple hours away.
Oh, cool. Right on.
It's one of those close contacts that we meet on these fabulous guitar shows with our community. You know, I've made actual personal contact friends just like you, Johnny, with Laz. I mean, I've got John DeShane close by. We've got Hit Metalworks over on the island. He's closer than he is easier to get at because of the fucking ferries. When you want to catch a boat and go to Vancouver Island, which is technically...
Did you say Laz drove to Vancouver?
I haven't seen it, but I bet he was...
Well, you said you saw Laz in real life, so I was like, what?
No, and I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I met Laz. Technically, I met him at what's it called, Mari's, down in Anaheim. We'd eat at this restaurant. We'd meet up at the it's called Mari's. We'd meet up there to eat, and that's where I first met Laz. And then I think he was telling me, oh hey, I live, a couple hours away from you. And, my first response is, oh, great. Like, I don't know who this is. I mean, that's why it's so, the weird thing about doing these shows is I really don't know any of you guys that watch this stuff. I really don't know you dudes. I slowly get to know you guys through having you on the shows. I get I get messages all the time from people. And I love that. Thank you so much for everybody that sends in messages and stuff. But yeah, with Laz, we just ended up, where did we meet? We met at, I think at Target. We first met at Target in the parking garage.
He was probably stalking you.
Yeah. Well, that's how a lot of this starts. These people, they stalk me at first and then we become friends. It's weird. But anyway, no, Laz, he's awesome. He's an awesome dude. We hang out in real life. I go over to his place. We do videos, on his channel or at his show, at his whatever. And he's a cool dude. He's really a cool dude. And it's amazing what this internet thing is or does. I never planned any of this stuff that's happened. I didn't plan, and things happen. You can't control everything.
They were testing
but
for back when we were taking aptitude tests, right? And, you take those tests in high school, see what is it exactly you're good for. I'm good at fixing things and taking things apart. And I spent most of my time in the mechanics class, but
I must have skipped that day because I never took that test.
Even on the radar.
Mm-hmm.
for as much as Star Trek and The Simpsons predicted the future, they didn't have a handle on that.
Yeah, I don't know. Zach Thong, you have your Johnny Bean guitar pick? Huh? I have my Johnny Bean guitar pick that I want. What?
Does he have it or does he want it?
Either way, Zach Thong, he's a part of the 5150 crew on GTA on Twitch. We have a great time. We have a great time playing that game. But no, all I'm trying to say is I've met a bunch of great people because of all this. I mean, I didn't plan any of this. I mean, the YouTube, the shows, the community. I mean, all this stuff. It just happened. And I'm just really, really grateful. And I love you guys. And
Love all you guys too.
it's cool. It's super
It's
cool.
totally fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a pretty big triangle going now. From California to the west coast of Canada
That's
to
right.
the east coast of U.S. I mean,
That's
that would take you a couple days in an airplane.
Yeah.
But here we are hanging out
Wow.
and enjoying each other's company. It's
Yep.
such a cool thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing.
No, like when you're chatting with people like Janice, or Alice, or in the chat, it's awesome. You get to know people just a little bit, and all the different shows, and we kind of follow each other around.
I gotta liken it to the modern day pub, right? I mean, isn't that what they did back 100 years ago? You'd go to your local pub, meet people in your neighborhood, and you'd hang out with them, throw darts, play snooker, pool, whatever, get pissed drunk, and do an Irish jig.
Yep.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
But it's broadened our circles, but we're still, there's that disconnection. Now we've got the Matrix thing going, right? Where we're virtual. I see you, but I can't touch you. If you're awful, I can't punch you in the face, which is the worst part of the internet.
Dude, tell me about it.
Accountability for one's speech does not. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird place.
Good outweighs the bad so much. All the spam, all the nonsense, the antivirus shit. It's so cool to be able to hang out with all you cool people.
Oh, it's great. It's awesome. And we get to talk guitars, talk musical gear, talk whatever that is.
So where did Trev, where did you buy your tools for the fret work?
Well, aside from the fret file, I had everything. So the fret file, I had to go to a place in Canada called Lee Valley Tools.
Oh, nice.
And they specialize in some high-end woodworking stuff. It's the place you go if you want to buy knobs for drawers and pulls and cupboards and stuff.
Right.
Um,
Because I got
I guess their other specialties, gardening shit. A lot of gardening knickknacks and handy shit.
Yeah.
But they were close by. It was $70, probably $20 more than I could have paid on internet, and had it a week later. But it was like one of those. Well, I did that. That's again.
Mm-hmm.
I was taking my time, but at that point, I had taken a lot of time to do that first fret with the triangle file and just get that right amount of ink off that fret and not cross over the line. And with that said, there was a couple of stripes on that line. I mean, the first time with a safe edge triangle file, trying to file a fret, it took a bit of effort. And after all that effort on the first one, I was like, if I can spend $70 and cut the time of that down to 10% of what it took, I'm all in.
Yeah. I got my triangle. I got my triangle file from Crimson Guitars.
Right, and Crimson's got a fabulous channel. I mean,
and also
talk about a guitar builder. Wow.
The one that goes across. I don't know how to explain it, but it kind of goes cuts like
both sides.
Yeah, like it's on top of the. It's like a concave thing on top. And it goes across the fret. It's a diamond file of some sort. I got that from them too, but everything else I got from Stu Mac.
See, now a diamond file will last a normal guy like us forever.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm
They
just
are
doing my own
expensive
guitars.
and they do wear out if you're doing it as a trade, but that's why the guys who do the stainless work charge so much, because they can only use the diamond. And
I've never
they
done
wear
any
fast
stainless.
on stainless.
Never done any stainless yet. But
No, me either.
I got two
Good
here
old-fashioned
for our friend.
nickel fester.
Should be good.
Remember that store I was at a couple days ago in Santa Cruz?
Yeah.
With the
Remember
grumpy
when
guy?
I ate the chocolate next door? Did you
Yeah,
guys
with the
watch
grumpy
that?
guy.
Ice cream that fell on
We
the
did.
ground.
Yeah, the ice cream fell on the ground. Yeah. See, that's what's cool about doing the IRL type of stuff. That's so much more content instead of just sit. I mean, it's great watching us sit here and talk. I mean, it's awesome, but it goes so much more. So much deeper. You guys get to know me.
Out there, Donnie. We got to embrace it.
You guys actually get to know me a little bit more if you see me going out, interacting with people, meeting people, places or whatever. But yeah, anyway, that store I was at the other day, with the grumpy guy, and I got the ice cream that fell on the ground. I bought a EVH Wolfgang special from China, body and neck, off eBay. This was like 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago now.
Okay.
And when I got that body and neck, the sides of the frets were sprouting, I guess you call it. Yeah. So I remember running my hand up and down that neck and having like lines in my hand, like they're like not cut but like slightly scratched. So I took that. That's right, Papa Blue, chicken ice cream. I had that stuff last night. It was weird. And I'm gonna go back there the next time I'm in the area. I'm gonna go back to the ice cream place and I'm gonna try those other flavors that you guys wanted me to try. But what am I saying? Anyway, so I took that neck to that store, and it's stainless steel.
Right.
So I had to take it to them and have it worked on, and now it's great. Now it's great.
And it probably will be for a very long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to, short of putting stainless strings on it and being an idiot, you shouldn't be able to wear that out in your lifetime. Not with the amount of guitars you have that you circulate, for sure.
Right.
If you love your guitar, buy a different one so that you don't play it quite as much.
I like that.
Yeah.
Man, if I had the
right,
I would have grabbed that blue special EVH special at Guitar Center Concord. Remember I was playing a week ago or two?
Yeah.
When was that? A week ago? 2 weeks ago?
Comparing the used one to the new one, and the colors were the same but different.
No, that was another time. No, this was I was playing a blue. Actually, if I can, let me grab it. I'll throw the video in the chat here. Anyway, that guitar was awesome. And I'm sure somebody picked it up. I'm sure somebody grabbed it. Because that video, let me see. Where is that? Live. That wasn't, when was that? That was June 20th. So it wasn't that long ago. And that video is over 1,000 views. So yeah, I'm sure somebody saw that video and somebody went down there or called them or grabbed it or whatever. But there's the link. Check out that video if you guys didn't see it. I basically played this EVH Wolfgang special from Mexico for I think I played for like an hour or something. But that's right, Papa Blue. It was a blue special. That's right, man. Thank you. That guitar was awesome. It was awesome. It was the setup was perfect. Everything about that thing was perfect. And it was cheap. It was only like $800 or something.
Oh, wow.
So somebody pounced on that. But yeah, what I'm saying though, there you go. Thank you, Tim Thomas. Yeah, it was a Miami Blue Wolfgang. And if I would have had the means, I would have grabbed that because that thing is amazing. But see, I already have one. See, that getting to Trev's point, I already have the David Ennis one. David Ennis gifted me that same guitar. Right. So I have one. Which I love, which I play all the time. So as to his point, if you love your guitar, get another one the same so you don't wear that one out.
Right. And Trev, Alice wants to know how many guitars do you have?
I answered back in the chat. Yeah, I have 3. I've got this, which is my baby, and when it's
Yeah.
95 degrees, 30s in the Celsius for this one stays in the house in the air conditioning. But when normal temperatures arrive, I like to bring it out, and it keeps me honest because it's fresh, it's new. The frets haven't been filed and flattened.
Yeah.
And if I press too hard, I can hear the sharpness.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Ibanez, I can be drunk and silly, and I don't hear the sharpness, but everything's always a little less bright.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you think it's fret height, the difference?
I do think it's fret height and my monkey grip. I've been working on not squeezing too hard for a very long time.
Yeah. When I started playing this one, I realized the same thing. Like, oh my God, I must squeeze too hard because everything would go sharp. Like everything.
And this is a Gibson 12-inch radius.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I would call this I don't know. It's flat here, but it's
fairly flat.
I mean, it's flat right here for this. But here it's really curvy. Maybe it's one of those whatever asymmetrical things. But it's fatter than the Ibanez. And sometimes after a couple hours, I'll feel it here.
Yeah.
Just because I've spent way more time on the Ibanez. I mean, it's always out here. It sits on my lap if I'm drunk and hammered and drinking wine, TV or whatever. I'm just moving my fingers around on it. And
again, watch the New Year's show.
That's one of the best things I've done is trying to learn where all the fretboard, the letters, speak the language. You got to know where it is. And you see the patterns start to form with the 5s and the 7s and the 3s and and all of a sudden, things start to syncopate.
Mm-hmm. And really, you only have to memorize the first 2 strings anyway, then the rest kind of fall in line.
Well, but you got the G to the B string, right, where everything's got to move up a half a step.
Yeah, it's a little mental.
That
change.
throws a little bit. The hardest thing for me was my mind. I'm left-handed. I'm very analytical. I'm very base 10 math, metric system. I embrace it. I love it. It's glorious.
Yep.
And getting into music, base 10 math means shit. Now you have 7 things and there's 12 of them. Right?
Yeah.
And it repeats. It doesn't accumulate. It goes to the front and then it keeps going again and then it keeps going.
It really
again,
all just multiples of 4.
It just keeps going up octaves. And once you get your head around that the way the math works, study that circle of fifths and shit, the numbers start to fall into place. But as a person of math, it took a bit of work to get my head around how that all worked.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the best place you can be is when you can see the whole thing.
Steve Franklin, this is the Epiphone Extura Prophecy. You got the locking, rotomatics, you got the Fishman things with the pull, push stuff. In a 24 and a Gibson scale, whatever it is, 3/4, with 24 frets. And it just acoustically, not plugged in, sitting here fiddling around, it is the best sounding guitar I have. I mean, aside from this and the battle axe we used to open the door in case of fire, we have the other guitar. I'll be back in 1 minute.
But Papa Blue says he likes jumbo frets as well. Trev and I were talking about frets and squeezing too hard and going sharp.
Oh.
Like you get a new guitar and the frets are bigger than you used to, and you realize, oh crap, because that happened with this guitar. Like I realized I was squeezing too hard.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, we would have that debate all the time about. Because especially the EVH Wolfgangs, the older ones, the Japanese ones and the Chinese ones, and the USA's, they have stainless steel, really tiny stainless steel frets. The ones made in Mexico and the standards, Indonesia, have big frets, pretty
wow.
Different. So there is a pretty big difference between playing the two.
How would it even allow that? Like a guitar with such a different fret. Well,
I mean, they're still great. They're still great.
Oh, okay.
It just takes a little bit, I mean, there is a noticeable difference. But myself, I mean, I can get used to anything. I can play and I can adapt. I can adapt to whatever.
And that's when you reach the next level. That's when you go from being a Padawan to a Jedi. When you can pick out something that's shit and still make it sound good.
Oh, dude! I mean that's what I did with the that Strat that I slapped on that Vega Trem.
Right.
You know, that was not.
Those look good.
I mean, oh, dude, they're awesome.
I want one for this. I want one for this Strat.
Those things are amazing.
Yeah.
Those, and I'm not just saying that. I mean, they're incredible.
See my friend Mickey Settlemyer, my brother.
Mickey.
Mickey.
You guys, I know you guys are awesome friends. I know that. I mean, we're the 5150 crew in GTA on Twitch. And speaking of that, really quickly, you guys that are watching this, you guys are totally missing out on other content if you're not with us on Twitch. You're totally missing out, and you can subscribe for free using Amazon Prime.
The philosophical discussions we have sometimes while playing the game are, I mean, it's not your ordinary gaming channel.
No.
We'll talk about guitars, we'll talk about food, we'll talk about cars, we'll talk about world peace.
Everything.
This goes all over the place.
Everything while we're busy
running heights and stealing stuff.
Boing. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. You guys are totally missing out and over there if you're not tuned into that. But also, like with the channel here, I'm looking to do a lot more over on Twitch as well. Not just GTA. I'm looking to do the music, play guitar, the IRLing. I mean, everything. You know. That's right. Zach Thong. He says so much fun. Maybe it is good that we just have such a small crew over there, where there's only a handful of people that actually go over there. Maybe
we've been having challenges lately on the Friday, Saturday nights where there's half a dozen, 7, 8 people, and we want to run missions, and there's only 4 of us allowed. I felt bad leaving Laz at the casino the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with how good he drives.
but he's really good at the casino.
I mean, Laz is good at the casino.
When he's at the casino, Laz, if you're watching this, Laz and I need to actually go to Vegas in real life. We'll IRL the trip. Laz and I will go, and he's got his magic touch. You know, Robert Ranford. There you go, man. Dudes, we didn't even mention. Hey, we got Drops Family Garden here. We got Robert Ranford that can vouch for Vega Trem. He liked it so much he got another one for another guitar. Congratulations, Robert.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Papa Blue. We got Zach Thong, Dwight Bailey. Let's see. Middle Mike, 5150. Mickey Settlemyer. Stephen Franklin. Janice Lala. Ed Gaming. Everybody, say hi in the chat. Say hi. Alice Martinez. I love this awesome channel, Johnny. Keep it up. Alice, you got it. And thank you so much, Alice. Oh, I gotta do this. Alice, thank you so much for the kind words and definitely.
Steve Franklin asked about this guitar, which was number 3. So you got your LTD.
There you go.
301 Viper with the EMGs and a push-pull afterburner built-in overdrive thing that just kills it. I mean, with this guitar, you don't really need pedals. But here's a guitar that has a significant amount of fret wear. And this guitar is special because it belonged to my younger brother, Chris, who's no longer with us. So it's my Chris Memorial guitar. This is one of those guitars where if you like your guitar, buy another one so you don't put too many miles on it.
There you go.
And with the EMGs and that push-pull afterburner, I mean, you're in Kerry King, Gary Holt's territory, right? It's swear.
Man.
Very cool.
Right on. Dude.
Now, on the amps behind you, which one do you play usually when...
Oh, the JCM 900. This thing here, what even is it? It's a 20-watt digital thing. Again, that came with this guitar, so it's special because it belonged to my younger brother. But
think I've asked before,
a couple
but-
months ago, I was told I might be having to go out of town for a few weeks for work. And I was like, oh, fuck, what am I going to do to bring an amp with me? I can't bring this JCM 900 412 thing with me. It's ridiculous in the hotel room. So I brought this out here to see
There.
if it could make something that would keep me content.
Okay.
And it does, barely at low volume.
Mm-hmm.
Almost just better off playing acoustically at that time, unplugged.
Dude, that's my first choice. You know, we've always, kind of said, oh, what's your desert island guitar, whatever. I'm like, give me a nylon classical guitar. I'm happy.
See, now I haven't spent
You
any
know.
time on hollow body acoustics or classical style guitars, nylon strings, metal strings, whatever. I have 0 hours other than diddling around on grandpa's whatever when I was a kid, right? I understand it's kind of a different territory. It'd probably be productive to build finger strength, from what I understand,
Mm-hmm.
and picking hand dexterity.
And there's no
That's a
hiding.
big one. The alternate picking and
Yeah.
skipping strings, that counting, it's hard sometimes to do it exactly the same every time and not do a down
Mhm.
pick instead of an up pick because the down pick just kind of happened. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I love
Right.
acoustic just as much as electric.
Oh yeah, I love acoustic guitars. I play mostly. I mean, when you guys see me playing on the Sunday night string chain shows, sometimes when you guys see me here actually playing, that's the only time I ever plug in. The rest of the time, I never plug in. I sit on, well, that's the virtual couch. I sit on this couch, right there, and I just pick up one of the guitars back there, and I just play, acoustically. I rarely plug in ever.
But you've reached Jedi level.
Right.
Yeah.
So you
Well.
can hear the indifference. See, for me, I need to plug in and turn it up loud so I know when I'm playing sloppy. I can hear that this one's muffled. You fucking stand your fingers up straight, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can hear when this one's a little too high or not,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're not playing with gain. And I've taken the Friedman approach there and backed the gain knob off to a little less than halfway.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, especially playing with this thing. You pull that afterburner and it just starts ripping. It's ridiculous. But even with the Fishmans on the Extra, it sounds so cool, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll even take it a step further. I could act, I was just talking about that Miami Blue Wolfgang at the Guitar Center, that I would love to have gotten, but even though I plugged it in and everything, I could actually walk into a store, and if I saw something like without playing it, I could actually buy a guitar without even playing it. I used to buy guitars off
How would the
eBay.
inspection process be for that, Johnny? Would you pull it off? Would you look at the frets? Would you do a little one of these? A little one of the fucking these?
No, I'll take it a step further. I've bought guitars off eBay, or I would throw my own guitars together like all the time. Back in the day, back in the mid 2000s, I would buy Kramer guitar necks, Kramer guitar bodies, just slap them together. I would have like all these. I was up to like 50 guitars at one point, and I would just slap these guitars together and play them and everything. No, but what I'm saying is I could actually buy a guitar without even playing it first.
And that's where the Jedi level comes into play, because now you can grab any weapon,
Or he's just not
be
picking.
able to defend yourself in equivalent terms. I mean, you can just grab an axe and make it go, oh, this has got shitty action and fucking thinks everything's going to go sharp and whatever. And you just, you accommodate, you
Because the thing is, I worked in a guitar store for a lot of years as a repair technician, slapping stuff together. And I'll take you guys to that store one of these days, really soon. I talk about, it's called Subway Guitars in Berkeley. They might. They might. But Joe Satriani used to hang out there in the late 70s. Alex Skolnick used to teach lessons in the back room. I mean, I used to sell guitars to Green Day at this place. I've told you this, guys, these stories. I mean, there's so much history in this place. But no, I guess what I'm saying is I'm comfortable with slapping a guitar together, playing it, or see when I look at guitars, I mean, I see them as tools. I see them as I don't know. Like I said, I'm like I can.
Being someone who can fiddle with stuff and adjust things, if somebody handed you a guitar and the action was a little high, and maybe the intonation was a little off, would you just play it and accommodate, or would you rather grab a screwdriver and spend 10 minutes on it and make it
Generally, what I'll do, see, when I pick up a guitar, immediately I check the intonation. That's the first thing I do on any instrument, because otherwise, if the intonation's out, they're unplayable. I've done videos, I do these stealth videos at Guitar Center where I show the stuff off. There's been videos over the years where I'm like, I can't play this thing. The intonation's out. And people bitch and moan in the comments, oh, you suck. So see, guys, I'm used to being yelled at for years and years and years. So it's nothing new to me. But, oh, dude, this channel is 16, 17 years of my life, man. But anyway, so I've played guitars that are unplayable. And I admit it. I can't play this or whatever. So to your question, yeah, the first thing I do when I pick up a guitar is I check the intonation, and if it's playable down the neck, I'm happy.
If it's not playable, why not spend just 5 or 10 minutes sorting it out?
Yes, well that's the next thing.
All you need is a fucking flathead.
There you go.
In most cases, maybe perhaps
go.
kind of an Allen key.
Yeah.
The Ibanez has them loaded behind its head.
Yeah, intonation's very, very important on a guitar.
Again, coming from a mechanic, take it apart, put it back together, fix it kind of guy's way, I wouldn't try to adjust my playing to a shitty setup instrument. I'd take 15 minutes out and try and make it play better, or as best as it can. And at that point, then your Jedi skills must take over, and you might have to try and embellish certain things.
I can play anything. I can play any guitar, anything handed to me.
What about a mandolin?
I could play. I mean, technically, I've never learned
What
how.
about one of them crazy Greek things with an org on the end?
Oh, what about the Hydra?
The Hydra.
Or whatever. There
The
you go.
best part of the Hydra videos went by when fucking was playing that harp thing on his ass. So good.
Which again, we saw the one and only one, according to Laz. That was it.
With the timing on that whole thing, you almost got to think the whole thing was geared for NAMM, to make sure everybody at NAMM went by that booth.
Mm-hmm.
It looked to me like that was the center exhibit for the whole show.
Now, if you really want to blow my shorts off,
it
have
was.
I up there playing the fucking song.
I think if this would have been a normal NAMM, I think he would have been there playing it.
Yeah. Well,
because I've seen him. I've seen him there. He's been there. Yeah. Yeah. If this would have been a normal NAMM show, he would have been there, and he would have been on a stage playing that thing.
There's a guy with multiple degrees in music.
Mm-hmm.
He's just reached such a level to be able to make. And Satriani. I mean, these guys. You make noise, and they'll reproduce it on their guitar because it just sounds.
Hear it and recall it.
Where all the frequencies are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's what they do.
That's all. That's your Windu kind of shit with the purple lightsaber beating the shit out of.
That's all they do. That's all Edward did. Edward Van Halen. All he did was play the guitar. He didn't want to be a rock star.
I bet you he probably unofficially holds the record for wearing a guitar the most out of any human being.
Do you know what he said in this interview? There's this interview. Actually, if you guys were watching last night, when I kept going to the walking into the Safeway because I kept parking there, and I'm like, well, I don't want them to tow me away, so I walk into the store and walk out like I'm actually a customer. One of those times when I did that, I went up to that the magazine aisle because there's a Rolling Stone issue that's out there now. I think what's her name, Megan Thee Stallion or somebody's on the cover. But there's a very interesting Edward Van Halen article that was just published out just now. Wow. It's about this guy. It's online. Actually, I read some of it this morning at the cafe because somebody posted it in my Van Halen group on Facebook, exclusively Van Halen on Facebook. No, but what happened was this dude, this guy, he used to be, I guess, a music journalist. But, years later, he still had access to some website, and he got a hold of an email address, an AOL email address that claimed to be Eddie Van Halen's or whatever. So he emailed him just kind of like sarcastically, stuff. And like an hour later, he gets an email back of a guy on the other end that's like, hey, who is this? And he ends up emailing. It turns out it's Eddie. And so was this 2012? This is 2020. Yeah. Eddie was emailing this guy back, and I haven't read the whole thing yet. But one of the things, get to what you had just kind of said a second ago. Hey, DK Wilson, great to see you, man. Great to see everybody here. One of the things that Eddie tells this guy in an email is how he wished that he would have. He would have stuck with the piano as his main instrument.
Yeah.
Is what he said.
What a sad world that would be. Could you imagine a world with Edward just playing piano? And I mean, he would be really good at it. I'm sure he played all kinds of concertos. And
we'd probably be talking about synthesizers tonight.
But rock and roll would never be the same.
It would have been interesting. But again, like I've said... Like I've said a bunch of times, if anything comes out of the vaults at 5150s at any point in the future, I would love to hear new piano music by Edward. Unreleased piano stuff. Because my favorite songs are Love Walks In, When It's Love. The piano tunes are my favorite ones.
Yeah,
they're great.
Knowing the way he was, he probably sat in that studio countless hours playing the piano when he got bored of the guitar. Mm-hmm. He probably has a ton of piano stuff, just ideas, random babbling. And when you're that level of Luke Skywalker fucking Jedi, it really... that kind of random just going off thing, that's what brings the beauty into life.
Mm-hmm. From 1984 album on, my favorite Van Halen songs all are keyboard or piano.
No, 5150. Oh, that's my favorite Hagar song, 5150. And that whole album was so good. And it may be association through timing, because at the time I was a 20-some-odd-year-old buzzard fucking driving around in my Camaro with my Alpine stereo just crank, and the window's down, and your elbows out of the window, and you're just and man, Summer Nights, that whole album was so good, front to back. I'd put it on the cassette every time, loop to end.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you
same here, but
aren't you a 68 baby, Trev?
69.
All right, I'm 68. Okay.
Man on the moon. Man on the moon. Woodstock. My mom would have went to Woodstock if she wasn't so pregnant. Her friends went. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Were you in there? Was that you?
What?
What?
At Woodstock?
Yeah.
No, I wish. I would have been happy to be an embryo in my mom's belly at Woodstock.
Right.
Oh, man.
She went into labor on her birthday, the 24th. And I was born on the 25th. Last week.
Were we talking about this on Twitch?
Yeah.
We were, weren't we? About all these everybody had
Stories
birthdays
from
in
Los
June.
Santos.
In
That's
Los
right, Alex.
Santos.
Born in 1969, June 25th, the anti-Christmas.
Oh man.
It came back to bite me in the ass because I always called Christmas my half birthday. 6 months before, 6 months after. And my daughter caught on to that. She was born December 6th. So guess what June 6th is? My daughter's half birthday.
There you
And
go.
I have to buy her a thing.
So I've actually never even thought about that. So my birthday is June 15th. What's my half birthday?
The December 15th.
December 15th. Okay. Okay, I've got
2 weeks
December
before
15th to
Christmas.
celebrate now.
And you should. If you don't, you oughta. Everybody celebrate your half birthdays. If you ain't, you're missing out. It's a thing.
I never thought about the whole half birthday thing. I don't know.
Well, being a person in my position with the 25th of June and the December 25th, it just kind of fell into place.
Mm-hmm.
Michael B.
Yes, October would be my half year, whatever.
So you're an
I don't-
April
I'm not-
guy? March?
Yeah.
March. April?
April. Yeah, end of April. So, but I'm not going to celebrate a half birthday.
So you're like an equinox guy rather than a solstice guy. See, I'm a solstice guy.
Yeah, I'm close.
I think it does. Like, astrology is such bullshit, but at times at times it hits home. I mean, I am a Cancer. My personality traits line up well with Cancer. I can't argue that.
Yeah, mine line up too. I don't believe in it, but they do line up. It's kind of weird that way.
I'm not a religious follower of the astronomy with all the different signs and stuff, but I did look into it, and it hits close to home. Did you see Marty 5150's latest video with that crazy antenna thing where he's like, what do you call it? That
Theremin?
Led Zeppelin thing?
The theremin.
The
Thurman.
theremin, right?
Yeah, no, the guy in my band uses one. It's awesome. He does a great job with it too.
What a weird, cool thing, right?
Yeah, it's so fun. Feeds back like crazy though.
I'll bet. He's like, here, I'm going to plug this into my Friedman. I'm like, this is when you plug in the Friedman? You're plugging the Thurman into the Friedman? Come on, man. Let's see one of those tasty guitars plugged into that thing. But watching it
man.
Lexi on the patio video,
Right back.
What a great thing.
That's cool. I'll have to go check that out. Yeah, that's the hardest part is keeping it from not feeding back.
Well, and see, that's where I get off. I'll fucking hammer a fucking A chord and then spin around here and sit right in front of this 412 with this muscle dime, and it'll fucking squeal like a pig, and I'll let it go for a minute. That's what I'm here for.
Again, watch the New Year's show.
That was pretty sloppy. That was not a significant representation of my guitar playing ability. But yeah, that was my representation of my whiskey drinking.
That was a wacky night.
What a great night. That was the best meetings I've had in a decade.
Yeah?
Hanging out with all you virtual friends.
Mancuda was on there too.
Everybody was on there.
Pretty much
And
everybody.
by the time Paul got on, I was fucking hammered. And he was my biggest advocate. Standing up for, hey, it's just a Friday night in Canada. Don't worry about him, boys. I went back and watched the chat. And some
Oh my God,
really
I was wondering
worried
that.
and distressed about my alcoholism. And it's like, do you guys not know what New Year's Eve is? Yeah.
I was in the worried camp.
Limit.
I can't lie. I was in the worried camp. but
No,
that's okay.
that's just a Friday night in Canada, brother. Come on up. We listened to a lot of Pantera back in the days. That was my jam. I would put on the vulgar videos, and we'd sit around, half a dozen of us, drinking whiskey and vodka and beers and smoking weed, getting wasted, and it would be a whole weekend experience. We'd watch The Simpsons.
Absolutely.
We'd watch, just giving her. Because that really was Pantera's legacy. More than their music was their way of life. Their just fucking go attitude and giver. And
I have a friend that knew him
every day as it's your last, because tomorrow some cunt might jump out of the crowd and shoot you.
Yep. I had a good friend that knew them in high school.
That was a tragedy.
Pantera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But my friend knew them when they were in high school with the first iteration of the band when it was, like hair metal.
Yeah.
Which is really funny.
Up with the long hair and the tight.
That was when my friend knew them. But it was weird when they broke.
You have a fantastic drummer and a very good guitar player who are brothers.
And a unique sound.
And they've been playing together since forever, because they were the only two guys around who wanted to play. I mean, come on. So,
and
those guys,
the other parallel?
You want to talk about push, pull, feel in a music, you listen to Pantera, and it is the metal reminiscence of Van Halen. It's a drummer and a guitar player, brothers, pushing and pulling their way through music.
And an outspoken singer.
And Phil was amazing for what he did, and a better singer than most people would think. I mean, you listen to Cemetery Gates, and he pulls that off, and they did it every show. And it wasn't one of those songs that they didn't play. It was one they played every show.
Yep.
And their concerts were outstanding, always. So full of energy, so much band presence. I love you, Vancouver. Thanks for coming. I mean, Phil was an awesome front man. It's another one of those history points in music, kids.
Yeah.
And one of the most touching moments in time in all history became of it when Eddie Van Halen went to Dimebag Darrell's funeral and put the bumblebee in the coffin with him to be buried. I wept.
Yeah, that was touching.
I wept. That was such a touching moment in rock and roll history.
One of the classiest things ever. Yeah, definitely.
What a class act. And I mean, they had just recently kind of become friends. Darrell idolized Eddie since the beginning of time. Then Paul Stanley, the whole Kiss, Ace Frehley. I mean, Dimebag loved those guys too. But Eddie was always close to the top. And he didn't meet him until later in his career. And once he met him, I mean, those two were peas in a pod. It's the kind of person I could see Eddie getting really close to, because Dimebag was one of those guys that would go to 7-Eleven and buy the hungry guy out front a fucking sandwich. He was one of those kind of guys.
Mm-hmm.
And he had this vision of guitar playing that was, I mean, everybody says Kirk Hammett killed the wah. Dimebag Darrell reinvented the wah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and I've said this. I never saw Pantera live, but a friend of mine. A friend of mine really got into the. Actually, the way that we met was he brought in his guitar to get fixed at the shop I worked at, and it was a 1979 Deane ML. And so he brings the thing in. I fix it up for him. I change the pickups in it. We become friends, and he really got into the 5150 amplifiers as well. Like, because I had one, so this friend of mine got one, and I'd go to his house and we would jam out. Him playing his Deane ML through his 5150, me playing my probably Ernie Ball Music Man EVH through my 5150. We would just like jam and whatever. And then we actually went and we met Dime because he did a signing. He did a signing at a some guitar store in San Jose. I don't remember what the name of it was, but I still have the signature. I still have the catalog where he wrote "Hey Johnny" and then his name. I still have that. I have photos of me, next to him. And I remember him being really cool dude. And then that same friend of mine that we met Dimebag together and we used to jam and everything, he called me. He broke the news to me. I was watching a movie and he called me that night and said, "Johnny, you'll never guess what happened." And he was devastated.
Yeah. It's very John Lennon-esque. It's that kind of fucking tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? Some nut bar with a gun ran up and took this guy's life.
Mm-hmm.
This incredible human. Are you kidding me? No, that's frustrating. And then when you watch the documentaries and the interviews and all the shit that goes on behind the scenes and you see what happened, it's ridiculous. I mean, the guy was pissed because Pantera broke up and blamed Dime because he didn't get along with it. Are you kidding me? This is not why you go into a bar with a gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. It's wild.
But his legacy lives on forever. I mean, from what I've seen in the chats, Dimebag is still very well respected as one of the top 10 guitar gods of all time. I mean, the work he did, and it wasn't just the work he did. I mean, just as a person who's seen him play live in concert, he was all out, balls out, all the time. And he drank a lot. I mean, some of the more respected players in music have said they were amazed that he was able to play with the clarity and accuracy that he did after drinking the amount of alcohol that he did. These guys couldn't keep up. Gary King. Who's the other guy in that Gary King interview?
Larry King. Yeah. Yeah, Majestic. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Dimebag. And like I said, I never saw him in concert. And I mean, I could, I'll say this, I know their music. I wasn't, it really wasn't my thing.
It's heavy. It's aggressive. It's the kind of album I'd put on if I'm driving for an hour and a half and I'm going.
That'd be dangerous.
Are you kidding? But it's not something you put on at a party when you're trying to intermingle with other people. It's one of those loud things, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I've always said it, and I've said it 100 times, and I'll say it again. Van Halen was always in the mix to keep the girls at the party. It was one of those bands that crossed over. Def Leppard, Motley Crue. I mean, there's a few, but
yeah, I was just going to say Def Leppard.
Oh, definitely. Bon Jovi.
Cassette catalog. I had one of those cassette things that was like, 10 deep and 3 across, and you had 30 cassettes in there with all. You always had Van Halen, Def Leppard.
Oh, those cases. What was it called? Something. I had those. Right? Case Logic.
30 or 36, maybe.
Case Logic. Yeah. Yeah.
One day I left my case on top of the Camaro and drove away. It was tragic.
Oh, no.
No tapes died, but plenty of cases suffered.
Oh, man. Just
Journey. What was I going to say? No, really quickly, though. No, I mean, I knew who Dimebag was because I met him, and and my friend would play me their music and stuff. But I never saw them live or anything. But I got to shake his hand. I have his autograph, and I got to see at NAMM one year in the I think it was in the Washburn room. Maybe it was the Deane room. One of them. They had the blue ML with the Kiss stickers.
Right.
Yeah, that one, the actual one. They had it there on display. I did a video of it. It's on my. I'll put it in the chat. I mean, I can just grab it. Deane. There it is. Dimebag Darrell's original. He called it the Deane from Hell. Is what it's called.
Yeah. Deane from Hell is a fucking epic thing.
Here we go. So I got to see the actual one. There we go. In the chat. There it is. There's the Deane from Hell. And if you want to see some the photos of me and him together. Actually, I have another video. Wait, it's not that one.
I may have to pause YouTube to save those links for future consideration.
Deane. Here it is. All right, here's another video. I think this is like a slideshow. This is a slideshow where I have the photos of me with Dime, and the guitar that was my friend's guitar that Dime signed, and I played it.
The thing with Dime is too. I mean, his guitars were extreme. That's not the kind of guitar a beginner's going to step up onto and walk his way through. I mean, you got a really sensitive, balanced Floyd. They're tuned into fucking 425 hertz. It's a crazy beast. And then he puts it into a Randall solid-state amplifier and comes up with some of the best tone that heavy metal music has ever known.
Mixed with the rest of the music.
It contradicts the standard to such an extreme. A Randall solid-state amplifier. Who would have bought that back in the 90s? 80s. It kind of makes you want to hear Dimebag through a Les Paul and a Marshall, but I don't think it ever happened. I mean, for me, that's the quintessential guitar sound. Is a Les Paul through a Marshall.
Somebody could make like an impulse response to do that delta between the two.
Emulate that?
Go between what's there and what it could be. Try it out. Huh.
You see, there's a band that not a lot of channels talk about. I have never heard Rick Beato say Pantera.
No.
He talks about Megadeth, talks about Metallica, AC/DC, all Iron Maiden a little bit, Judas Priest a little bit, but there's no mention of Pantera. And Pantera kept the 90s above water. I mean, when all that grunge shit was happening, as hardcore thrashers, we latched onto Pantera hard. Metallica was doing Load and Reload, and it was sour, but the shows were great. Slayer always kept their pace. They were fucking soldiers from the beginning. They marched right through till the end. They never changed how they presented their music. The production only ever got better. Slayer, to me, is probably the quintessential metal band.
But, Beato's a true boomer. We're Gen X. We might be pushing it a little bit, but we are Gen X, and he's a boomer. It definitely is different.
He's touched base on the other subjects, and if he can't recognize Darrell for his craftsmanship, I want to send him a $20 super chat to say, "Fucking do Dimebag, son of a bitch."
He probably gets requests like that all the time. But why would you want to give him more money?
Just so it gets read. At this point, that's what it becomes. If you want your message to be read, you got to back.
I'm not getting a dime of my money anymore.
And look at this. Sorry about my. Well, hey, let me just do this. Well, okay. Check this out. Jimmy Ray Hawkins. There you are, man.
Dime
Jimmy
slime.
Ray.
Yeah, let's see that.
Jimmy
Cheers,
Ray
Jimmy Ray
Hawkins.
Hawkins.
He says he sent me a picture of his son with his dime slime. Check this out.
Again, it's going to be a fiddly guitar.
There you
Oh,
go.
the
Nice.
green. No.
Well, you can see through it because of my green screen, but
Yeah.
I didn't know they made a one
Now,
like that.
if I understand correctly, Dean guitars are also in the category of Randall amps when it comes to guitars and music playing. They were not renowned as being
No.
some of the best guitars in the world. But then Dean went to Washburn, and now the whole Dean thing with Dime is turned
Whoops.
sour.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Beautiful. See, now that's the play on the Explorer shape that I love. However, that headstock, man. Those big ass spread your lips headstocks. Are you kidding me? I mean, if it not for a locking nut, that'd be ridiculous to play.
And hey, Mike Cheever. Mike Cheever looks like he's painting a wall in his house. Look at that.
I can live in there.
Very cool, Mike.
Yeah.
It brings
Mike.
a certain kind of peace. You know, it brings a happy vibe into one's life when you see that configuration of lines and colors. It just, it's good.
It is. You're welcome, man. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
And that's probably the most overplayed thing that's never been turned sour, is the EVH stripes. I mean, it just, no matter how many people have it as their avatar, no matter how many times you see it up in a chat, it's still just always cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and you know exactly who it is. You know, right?
Exactly.
Wait, who is this? Member for 7 months, top of the world. Who is that?
How come it doesn't say who?
It doesn't say who it is. I think it did, and then it didn't. But I think I can figure that out. Sherman Callahan. Sherman Callahan. Thank you, Sherman Callahan. As always, man. Wow. How we doing on time? Where are we at? 1:41.
We're at the
I
part
think
where
we're
we
like
could have had
4.5
chowder by
hours.
now.
Huh? What?
I think
Yeah.
we're at the part where we could have had chowder by now.
Oh. Yeah, we could have.
But it's been fun. What a blast hanging out with you guys, talking about stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All of our friends in the chat. I mean, again, this is the pub experience. This is what people 100 years ago would go to a local pub on a Sunday night, have a few pints, and hang out with their friends.
Yep.
Here we are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. And
I'll stand in line for a day to get my passport to do a Vegas member meetup.
we should do that, man. I mean,
If there's any place in the United States that's the easiest to get to, on sale for a bargain, it's Las Vegas.
It's true.
Well, let's go. Let's go. And yeah, I'll let you guys know when that
Take
happens.
over the floor of a hotel room.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that'll happen. That'll not if, when, because that'll definitely happen. But hey, Sherman Callahan sent a couple of pictures here. Check this out. There's some of his amplifiers right there, and look at that. All
Nice.
the cool
Well,
stuff on the wall there. He's got all kinds of stuff. Man cave. There we go. There's Sherman's man
But the
cave.
man cave kind of loses something with the IKEA drawers on the left.
And then look at this.
An exclamation point. Sherman, you need an exclamation point.
Sherman.
There he is.
And he's got a dime bag drawing.
I mean,
It's autographed.
as a
Yeah.
guitar player noob, I've really tried to get my head around the dime bag songs, but his use of the whammy and the way he slides up and down that fretboard is so hard. I mean, it's really next level. It really is. I mean, it's not Tony Iommi, I can do some Black Sabbath. I can play some Angus Young.
Mm-hmm.
That man's shit is so next level.
It's really good, yeah.
Sherman, that's awesome, man. Wow. Dang.
Sherman, you got a webcam, right? Why aren't you even here? We've all seen you. We know what you look like. You're a handsome young lad.
Oh, very. Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome. Let's see, where are we at though?
We're at the 1 hour and 46.5 minute mark.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because if I want to get some Los Santos time in, I'm gonna have to do that pretty quick because I booked another show for 10 a.m. tomorrow morning.
What the hell are we doing at breakfast tomorrow morning, Johnny?
So I've got I'm gonna have a guest tomorrow morning. Actually, I'll go ahead and show you guys. We still have to do a test, but let's see.
Must be in Europe, guessing from the time zones.
No, actually, no, they're not. They're in Central Time. But I will have Brady.
That'll be fun.
I will have Brady Goldman from Goldman Guitars will be here.
Ooh.
San Antonio. He's in San Antonio. Here's some of his.
There's so many reasons why I want to go to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
The barbecue, the whiskey. I mean, I could spend a month in Texas just in a Winnebago driving around, checking out shit.
Yeah. I've been to Texas many times. I played there. But anyway, I will have Brady from Goldman Guitars on tomorrow morning, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 o'clock Pacific-ish. These are all guitars he built, like totally built. I mean, he builds stuff from scratch. He builds the bodies, everything.
It's a Bosch router.
So there he is. So Brady from Goldman Guitars will be here tomorrow morning. So what I'm saying is I have to get up. I have to make sure I get up to do the show. But if we want to do some Los Santos, we got to do pretty quick.
I'd be down for a little bit of GTA.
Awesome. Well, hey, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. Round of applause.
Sunday.
Round of applause for everybody. Channel members, thank you so much for all your continued support for the channel. Right there, channel members. You guys are awesome. And again, look for a brand new channel member only video for you guys from today.
I saw
Check
it.
it out.
Still got to go back and watch it.
Check it
What
out.
we'll do after the show tonight.
Pebble Beach. I was down at Pebble Beach, which is on the video I said, "Oh, I'm an hour away from Santa Cruz." I was only half an hour away. It's 30 minutes south. I'm at what's called Pebble Beach, where all the big golf.
Course there?
Yeah. All the big golf stuff happens there. Like actually George Lopez and Edward Van Halen used to fly up to Pebble Beach. They used to play there. Actually, quite a bit.
Could you imagine playing a round of golf with Eddie Van Halen on Pebble Beach? My God.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been
Awesome. Yeah, amazing stuff. Hey, G. Butchnoff. It's okay, man. It's okay. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. here, 1 p.m. Eastern with Brady from Goldman Guitars. He'll be with me tomorrow. So make sure you tune in. Tune in for that. And Ned's here. Come here. come say hi. Come here. They're shooting fireworks off outside, so Ned is in for the night. He's in for the night because of that.
So there'll be no mouse chasing on the stream tonight?
No. Not tonight.
Or
right?
voles or rats or whatever, vermin.
Yeah.
I mean, kudos to you, Ned, and cheers for keeping the place free of vermin.
That's what he's doing.
It's their primary task, and he does it well.
Oh, he's awesome at it. Hey, Majestic, we'll see you in GTA, man. And yeah, in all seriousness, right, Ned? Ned knows this. You guys are totally missing out if you're not joining us over on Twitch. I mean, it's basically this, but with us also playing a game, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. It really is. We have a great time.
We get into some pretty crazy situations.
Yeah, we do. So jump on over. We'll be live over there just within minutes. Within minutes, we'll be live over on GTA. Twitch. There it is. Very easy. Very easy to do. Just click that link. All you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Click that link. So we'll be over there just shortly. Channel members, thank you so much. And again, brand new video for you guys to watch. Join me here 1 p.m. Eastern. I'll be with Brady from Goldman Guitars talking about his custom-built guitars. Totally built from scratch.
See, now that's something I'm really vested in.
Mm-hmm.
As per explained earlier.
Yeah.
Talking to these guys who take a piece of wood and a few scraps of metal and make an instrument out of it. Are you kidding me? What an amazing field to be an expert in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what he does.
Then you look at this guy. Does he play guitar? I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can make a basic few chord progressions on a guitar amp to make it sound dirty.
There he is playing.
Right?
There he is playing a guitar.
But
one of his custom-built guitars.
What come first, the chicken or the egg? For me, it's the chicken.
Well, I have chickens, so I can tell you too. Yeah, the chicken. You get the chicken first, and then you have eggs.
But wouldn't the egg have to happen first for the chicken to even be?
I don't know.
Come on, I'll fight you on this, Johnny.
Hey, come and get me in GTA land in Los Santos. We'll talk about it in Los Santos, man. Let me get my Deluxo out.
Hey, let's do the streamlined Griefer Mark II.
We'll do that. And Drops Family Garden has 16 chickens. Wow. All right.
A couple dozen eggs every couple of days.
That's
right?
a lot of sandwiches.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of mess to clean up. All right.
I'm gonna do a batch of deviled eggs too. Fuck, I love me some deviled eggs, right?
Man, that's awesome. All right. Oh, sorry, Ned. All right. We'll see you guys. Come on over to Twitch. Come on over.
Let's go Twitch.
We'll keep the party going. Come over to Twitch. Twitch.tv/Johnny Beane. We have a great time. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early. All right. Johnny Beane TV.
Michael B, good to see you, brother.
Hey, man.
Good to see you. Michael B.
Thanks for
Trev.
having me on the show. What a great hang tonight with all of our friends.
It was awesome. You guys rock. See you later. Johnny Beane TV. How do I do this? Bye-bye.